My name is Ara Roseberry. I'm a league certified cycling instructor at Bike Walk Wichita, and today I'm going to show you how to change a flat on the rear tire of your bicycle. Whether you've just gotten your bike out for the first time in many months from your garage, or whether you're riding around town and find that you have a flat, it's definitely a skill you need to learn. So the first thing we're going to do once you have a flat is we're going to shift your bike into its highest gear. Next step, we're going to disengage your brakes. And third, to gain access to the tire more easily, I'm going to flip the bike over. And this is most easily done by grabbing the bike, one hand here, one hand on the fork, and flipping it over. Gently rest it, hopefully on the grass. And now we're going to go ahead and take the wheel off. This is where it's really nice to have either a glove or a rag in your toolkit that you carry on your bike. I keep a rag just for such a purpose, so that you don't get your hand greasy on the chain. Go ahead and loosen the quick release skewer. And when that's loose enough, I'm going to go ahead and move the rear derailleur to allow the wheel to come up freely out of the dropouts. Pull the chain out of the way with the rag, and your tire is free. The next step is to go ahead and take the tire off of the rim in order to replace the tube. Most tubes now have a little metal washer that holds it in place at the rim. So the first thing to do will be to take that off. Next, we're going to use a tire lever to go ahead and take the tire off of the rim. So insert the tire lever under the edge of the tire. And I should note, if there's any air left in your tire at this point, now is the time to go ahead and use the valve to release that air. This tire is completely flat, however. There is no air left in it, so just slip the lever under the tire and run it along the rim of the wheel. Once one edge of the tire is completely off the rim, we can go ahead and remove the tube. I'm going to do this by taking the valve out first. And once the valve is free, go ahead and just remove the entire tube. This is where you might want to check if there is an obvious hole in the tube. This would be where you might want to patch it. However, if you don't want to patch it and just want to replace the tube as we do today, you can go ahead and use your rag again to check the inside of the tire to see if there is an object in there that had punctured your tire. If there's a piece of metal, a tack, a thorn, a piece of glass that may have caused the flat, and you want to do this with a rag or a glove so that you don't injure yourself. After you ensure there's nothing left in your tire, we're going to go ahead and prepare the new tube to go in. So, carry a fresh tube in our kit. Go ahead and remove the washer from that valve. Keep that. And then hopefully on your bike you carry a small hand pump. This will help put just a little bit of air into the new tube, make it easier to get it on to the rim of the wheel. Okay, now we're ready to put the new tube on the tire. It has a little bit of air in it just to help us out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put the valve through the hole in the rim. And we're going to take that little washer from the valve and put that on right now before we forget about it or lose it. Next, we're just going to go around the rim, tucking that new tube right up onto the rim of the wheel underneath the tire. Next is we're just going to pop that tire itself back onto the rim using your thumbs. Just right around the wheel. If you get to a point at the end where it doesn't want to just pop on really easily, get your tire lever back out. Pop it onto the rim. Just use it to get that tire right back on there. Before we go any farther, we're going to go ahead and look all around the rim, pinch the tire, make sure that you can see the rim tape. The reason for doing that is you don't want your tube, your brand new tube that you just put on there, caught under the bead of your tire, because when you air it up, it will cause your brand new tube to pop and go flat. Okay, that looks good. I like to use a small CO2 cartridge with a nozzle. I use a threaded one, which means it has threads like a screw. It will screw onto the nozzle. It's much faster than using a small hand pump to fill your entire tire. And put the CO2 onto your cartridge, onto your valve. Okay. Loose valve stem. Now we are ready to put the wheel back on the bike. This is again when you want to have your rag handy. Going to go ahead and lift the chain, drop the wheel back in there, move the derailleur to allow the wheel to sit back in the dropouts, tighten up your quick release. So once your back wheel is back on, go ahead and flip your bike back over. Remember to re-engage your brakes, and you're ready to roll.